Hey, what's up?
Hey, wait, this is my video. Stop taking over it.
Rochelle, I thought you forgot. Apple just had an event.
No, I didn't. So shut up and leave. Hey, hi. Today we're going to talk about Apple's September event. So this is everything new that they announced. So the event was amazing to watch. Ever since Apple has been virtual, they just blew off the charts with cinematography. The event was filled with amazing drone shots and insane transitions. Everything felt like it's grand, even if it wasn't that big. So kicking things off with the new iPhone 13s. There are 4 iPhone 13s that Apple announced. So this is the iPhone 13 lineup. It's pretty similar to the last year's. The iPhone 13 and 13 mini and the higher end 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. It's everything that we already expected. The iPhone 13 has got a 28% brighter display, 13 will have a 6.1 inch display and the 13 mini will have a 5.4 inch. This time around, displays haven't got a big improvement. But there are 2 big things. First is the notch. The notch has got smaller. The notch is about 20% narrower. And the second thing is the battery. iPhone 13 has got a bigger battery that accounts for a 2.5 hour improvement in battery life. The design is almost exactly the same. Most of the improvements are on the inside. The next improvement are the cameras. Now the cameras have changed into a diagonal position and it's an all new wide and ultra wide lens. Now the wide lens has a larger 1.6 aperture which captures 47% more light in photos. Photos should be sharper and brighter with better low light improvements. For now, we can't tell the differences until we get reviews. Another camera improvement is Sensor Shift OIS, which allows the sensor to move when you're shooting or capturing a photo. So the photo or video should be less blurry and shaky. iPhone 13 brings a new feature called Cinematic Mode. This brings a camera technique called rack focus on iPhone, which cinematographers use. This allows the camera focus to change automatically on what you're intending to shoot. As you can see, how the focus changed based on how the actors move or react. The image signaling processor reacts to how close or far objects are getting from the camera and decides when to focus and when to not. We will wait to see how this feature performs in camera reviews on YouTube. The iPhone 13 has 2 new colors, a new pink and a starlight. The rest of the colors will be the same. The iPhone 13 will start at $799 and the 13 mini at $699 for 128 gigs of storage, which will be upgradable up to 512 gigs of storage. What I'm interested in is the upgrades in the 13 Pro. Those seem to look like bigger upgrades. We're going to talk about the improvements that the iPhone 13 Pros will have from the 13. The 13 Pros have a 120Hz refresh rate display, which changes on the way you interact with the screen. It's adaptive. We'll wait and see how people see the difference. I think it should have a big difference. It should be smoother and more responsive. But does it even matter to many people? We'll see. The iPhone 13 Pro will have a 1.5 hour longer battery life than the 12 Pro, and the 13 Pro Max will have a 2.5 hour longer battery life than the 12 Pro Max. So there's a huge advantage in terms of battery. Of course, there's some camera improvements as we always get. It's still a 3 camera lens layout. They're slightly updated to have better low light and sharper image quality. There's a new feature, micro photography, so you can shoot close-up images. That's it with the camera. All the iPhone 13 models will have the A15 Bionic chipset, but the 13 Pros will have a 5-core GPU instead of the 4-core on the 13. It's the first time around the 13 Pros are getting a slightly more powerful chip from the regular 13 models. For the CPU, it's still a 6-core CPU, but it's slightly faster with an improved neural engine. Apple didn't tell us how much improvement the processor will have from the 12 models, as they always do. I think this means that there's not a big improvement in terms of processing power in these new iPhone 13s from the iPhone 12. The iPhone 13 Pro will come with a new Sierra blue color and a graphite color option. The prices remain pretty much the same, $999 for the 13 Pro and $1099 for the 13 Pro Max, with up to a 1TB storage option.
Then there is also the Apple Watch Series 7 that has been announced. At first glance, there isn't a big difference, although there are some improvements we are going to talk about. Now it's been updated with smaller bezels and a 40% larger screen. The bezels are now almost gone. The screen looks quite larger. I feel like it's really cool to see how the watch faces are now more edge to the screen. They look really nice flowing to the end. The fact that you can see more on the screen, now even being able to support a full keyboard, is really cool. The Series 7 has a 70% brighter screen, a more rounded design, not what the leak suggested, that a squared off design like the iPhone 12. I think that would have looked better. Anyway, now it has 5 new colors, a new green, blue, red, starlight, midnight. It still comes in the aluminum and steel versions and also titanium versions. Apple said Apple Watch Series 7 is more durable, but they didn't really mention how durable from the previous version. But it has tougher glass. The Series 7 has a 33% faster charging, so charges from 0 to 100 in about 50 minutes. But the biggest downside is that they didn't announce battery or processor improvements, and no health improvements too. Battery is one of the most important. Apple Watches don't last long enough, so it starts at $399 and gets higher when you add the larger size and if you were to get the steel or titanium versions. There's also a new redesigned iPad mini. It's been refreshed like after a really long time. So now it's got an 8-inch screen with smaller bezels with an all-screen design similar to the iPad Pro models. A better screen with support for Apple Pencil with the same A15 chip we just talked about, and also 5G. It has 4 new colors and it costs $499. To me this looks really cool and it's very portable also. Those were the products that we got at this event. I think the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro don't really have a big difference from the 12 and 12 Pros. Maybe for some people, 120Hz refresh rate could make up for the difference, but I don't think that's really a big deal for many people. The people who are coming from the iPhone 11 or 10, this could be a larger upgrade. For now, I think the iPad mini was the biggest upgrade at this event. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Bye.